Modern life is like a chaotic whirlwind where focus has become a luxury. We are swept up in the vortex of information, social media, and fleeting pleasures, forgetting the most important thing, ourselves. However, if you don't prioritize yourself, who will? If you don't control your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you will forever be a puppet of the outside world. In the journey to success, no one sees the pianist practicing tirelessly for hours in a quiet room. No one witnesses the calluses on their fingers, the moments of frustration of wanting to quit, or the silent adjustments to each note. But then, when the stage lights shine bright and the fingers glide effortlessly over the keys, the whole world falls silent in awe of the beautiful melody. Success is like that. It doesn't require a stage, but is the culmination of hours of silent labor. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things. Great achievements are not for those seeking recognition, but for those patient enough to work in silence, focusing on their own path. Therefore, let's explore how to prioritize ourselves, build unwavering discipline, and turn our lives into a masterpiece. Number 1. Explore the source of distraction. In the modern world, we are surrounded by an overwhelming amount of noise, not just physical sounds, but also the endless stream of information constantly flowing from social media, news, emails, and the never-ending notifications on our phones. How many times have you told yourself that you would just scroll through TikTok or Instagram for a few minutes, only to realize that an hour had passed? How often have you sat down to complete an important task, only to be drawn into an engaging video, a controversial post, or a sudden message? The truth is, distractions don't just consume time, they also drain your focus, energy, and motivation to pursue your goals. We live in an era where concentration has become a valuable asset, yet ironically, it is being subtly stolen by seemingly harmless things. People often think that failure comes from a lack of ability or unfavorable circumstances, but sometimes the real reason is distraction. Take the story of Andy, a man who aspires to success but spends hours each day lost in the digital world. He wakes up intending to learn a new skill, but ends up getting caught in an endless stream of news on his phone. He opens his computer, ready to work, but a social media notification pulls him into a meaningless debate. Day after day, Andy feels busy, but when he looks back, he realizes he hasn't made any real progress. Andy's story is not uncommon. It happens to all of us. We have aspirations and goals, but small, seemingly insignificant distractions silently steal our dreams, bit by bit. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "If a person gave away your body to some passerby, you'd be furious. Yet you hand over your mind to anyone who comes along, so they may abuse you, leaving it disturbed and troubled. Have you no shame in that?" This quote reflects a profound truth. We are quick to protect what belongs to us physically, but we do not do the same for our minds. Every time you get caught up in an online argument, every time you let negative news affect your mood, every time you waste time on meaningless content, you are losing control over your own mind. Stoicism does not teach us to completely abandon the outside world, but it emphasizes that we must take control of what enters our minds. If we do not filter what we consume, we will be easily swept away by unimportant matters. And at that point, our lives will no longer be our own to control. One of the reasons distractions have such a powerful grip on us is that they provide instant gratification. Social media, video games, and captivating TV shows are all designed to stimulate the brain, releasing dopamine, a happiness hormone. When you watch a funny video or receive a like on your post, your brain immediately registers it as a reward. The problem, however, is that this instant gratification does not bring long-term value. It only provides temporary pleasure, but in the long run, it causes you to delay more meaningful pursuits. You might feel satisfied spending hours on social media, but afterward, you are left disappointed because you haven't accomplished anything significant. So how do we take back control? First, become aware of what distracts you. Each day, observe what typically draws your attention away. Is it your phone, the news, or pointless conversations? Once you identify the source of distraction, it becomes easier to manage. Second, set rules for yourself. If you spend too much time on social media, establish time limits. If notifications constantly interrupt you, turn them off while working. Third, find something more important to focus on. People are easily distracted when they don't have something truly meaningful to invest their time and energy in. When you have a clear goal and a strong passion for something, distractions will naturally become less appealing. If distraction is the enemy of success, then controlling your life is the weapon to victory. But how do you truly take charge of your own destiny? Why do some people feel lost, while others seem to have firm control over their fate? Continue exploring in the next section, where we will dive deeper into why you need to take control of your life and how to do it in the most powerful way. Are you ready to reclaim control? Let's continue this journey. Number 2, reasons why you need to take control of your life. Epictetus once said, "He is free who lives as he wishes to live, who is neither subject to compulsion, nor to hindrance, nor to force." This statement engraves a profound truth. Freedom is not about doing whatever we please at the moment, but about having self-control to do what is truly necessary. If you allow impulsive emotions and distractions to dictate your direction, you will forever be a prisoner of mediocrity. All great changes start from within. You may dream of a better life, but if you continue repeating old habits, the results will remain the same. If you desire a healthy body but fail to control your diet, that desire is merely an illusion. If you seek success but do not manage your time, you will remain trapped in a cycle of procrastination. Real change only happens when you take control of your life, starting from how you think, act, and make small daily choices. This requires determination, an iron will to say no to things that do not serve your goals. If you decide to learn a foreign language to advance your career, at first, you may be full of determination, making clear plans. But then, unnecessary phone calls, meaningless messages, and trivial conversations keep interrupting you. Day by day, distractions accumulate, pulling you further from your goal. You may comfort yourself by saying, "I'll study again tomorrow," but then tomorrow becomes the next day, and before long, that dream turns into a regret of something left unfinished. But what if you could control yourself? If you put your phone aside, stop engaging in useless conversations, and dedicate your time wholeheartedly to studying. At that point, you would not only learn the language, but also cultivate inner strength, enhancing your focus, eliminating distractions, and truly mastering your life. This world is not designed to make your success easy. It is full of temptations, noise, and meaningless things that hinder your progress. If you lack the discipline to control what happens in your life, you will be swept away by the chaos. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We cannot control the outside world, but we can control how we respond to it. A disciplined person does not allow themselves to be drawn into meaningless arguments or be influenced by negativity. They do not let circumstances dictate their lives. They write their own destiny. Take a moment to reflect on your life. How many times have you let distractions steal your time? How often have you postponed your goals for short-term pleasures? How many times have you allowed others to decide how you feel? The truth is, no one can control you unless you allow them to. You cannot change everything around you, but you can change how you act, think, and make decisions. How can you start taking control of your life? Step 1. Eliminate ineffective habits. Begin by identifying the things that are dragging you down: excessive social media scrolling, pointless conversations, constant procrastination. If something does not contribute to your growth, remove it. Step 2. Set clear goals and stay committed. Write down what you truly want to achieve and commit to making it happen, no matter the challenges. Success does not come from half-hearted efforts. Step 3. Learn to say no. Say no to meaningless distractions, no to invitations that take you off course. Your power lies in your ability to reject what does not serve your goals. Step 4. Focus on what you can control. Do not let your emotions be manipulated by others. Do not let external circumstances divert your focus. Instead, concentrate on your actions, because that is the only thing you truly have control over. Everyone wants success, but not everyone is willing to take control of themselves to achieve it. The difference between successful people and those stuck in a cycle of failure is discipline. Ask yourself, are you living the way you want, or are you letting others decide your life? Are you taking action toward your goals, or are you allowing distractions to steal your future? True freedom is not about doing whatever you want. It is about having the self-control to do what is right. And only you can decide your destiny. Do you feel like you are in control of your life? Or are you still letting external factors influence you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. The importance of building discipline and sacrifice. True freedom does not lie in breaking free from all constraints, but in the ability to control oneself. Those who cannot master themselves, who cannot control their desires, emotions, or superficial habits, will forever be slaves to their own weaknesses. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said a phrase that awakened many: "No man is free who is not master of himself." On the journey of self-development, discipline and sacrifice are two indispensable factors. They serve as the foundation that helps you stay focused on your goals and persist in the long run instead of being swayed by momentary temptations. But why is discipline so important? And why is sacrifice essential to achieving true success? Discipline is not a restriction, but a tool that keeps you moving forward without losing your way. You may have hundreds of plans and thousands of ambitions, but without discipline, they are merely vague dreams, easily swept away by life's distractions. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. A disciplined person does not rely on temporary motivation to act, because they understand that motivation fluctuates with emotions, but discipline does not. Once you cultivate discipline, You no longer have to wait until you feel inspired to start working. You will take action, whether you are tired today, whether the weather is bad, or whether the outside world is full of enticing distractions. Look at the most successful people in the world as athletes, entrepreneurs, artists. Their common trait is not innate talent, but relentless perseverance and iron discipline. Do you know how strictly Michael Phelps, the legendary Olympic swimmer, maintained discipline? Phelps was not born with extraordinary swimming talent. What made him the greatest Olympian in history was his relentless training. For over a decade, Phelps trained 365 days a year, without exception. No days off, no wasted time. While his friends enjoyed summer vacations, he was still in the water, continuously pushing his limits. And the result? 23 Olympic gold medals, a record yet to be broken. This teaches us an important lesson. Talent may help you start, but discipline is what takes you far. Success always comes with a price. No one can achieve great goals while leading an easy, indulgent life. Do you want to become stronger? You must sacrifice comfort. Do you want a brilliant career? You must give up unproductive habits. Do you want financial freedom? You must eliminate impulsive spending. Let's go back to the story of Michael Phelps. He didn't just train relentlessly, he also made countless sacrifices. No reckless eating, always adhering to a strict nutrition plan. No laziness or excuses to rest when his mind wanted to give up. These sacrifices didn't just help him win in the pool, they helped him conquer himself. Are you willing to give up your current comforts to become the best version of yourself in the future? Great people aren't luckier than you. They are simply willing to sacrifice more than you. One of the core principles of Stoicism is act in silence. You don't need to boast about your hard work, nor do you need to show off what you're pursuing. Just stay persistent, stay focused, work hard, and let the results speak for themselves. Weak people seek external validation. They need praise to keep going, but strong people need only one thing: commitment to themselves. You may ask, how do I know if I'm on the right path? The answer is simple. Look at what you do every day. If you have discipline, you will see yourself dedicating time to what truly matters instead of wasting it on meaningless pleasures. If you embrace sacrifice, you will see yourself moving closer to your goals rather than staying stagnant and daydreaming. If you work in silence, your results will be the clearest proof of your efforts. And when that happens, you won't need to say a word. The world will recognize it on its own. Discipline isn't easy. Sacrifice isn't easy. But if you truly want to achieve something meaningful in life, there is no other way but to accept this difficult path. Remember, success doesn't come from big decisions, but from the small choices you make every single day. If this article inspires you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to receive more deep insights about Stoicism. Let's cultivate discipline, embrace sacrifice, and work hard in silence. Success belongs to those who are patient and persistent with themselves. Number 4, schedule and focus. There is an obvious truth that not everyone truly understands. Success does not come from good intentions or unrealistic dreams. It is the result of specific actions, repeated with discipline over a long enough period. And to turn any goal into reality, a crucial principle that Stoicism always emphasizes is meticulous planning and absolute focus. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to accomplish so much in the same amount of time that others waste on meaningless things? They don't have extra hours in a day, nor do they possess any extraordinary abilities. The biggest difference between those who achieve success and those who remain stuck in place lies in how they use their time. Time is not something you can control, but how you organize and utilize it is a choice. If you don't have a consistent goal in life, you can't live it in a consistent way. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius highlights a fundamental principle: consistency is the key to success. If you do not have a clear goal and a concrete plan to pursue it, you will easily be swept away by meaningless distractions and waste time. Imagine a ship without a destination. It will forever drift on the sea, carried by the waves and wind, never reaching any land. A life without a plan is the same, always busy but never truly moving forward. What do you want to achieve? To become an outstanding writer, a successful entrepreneur, or simply a better version of yourself? Whatever your goal may be, start with a simple principle. Do not let your time fall into the hands of others. Take a look at the story of Haruki Murakami, one of the greatest novelists in the world. When he decided to become a full-time writer, he established an extremely disciplined work routine. Waking up at 4 a.m. every day and writing continuously for 4 to 6 hours. Spending the afternoon running or swimming to maintain both physical and mental well-being. Reserving the evening for reading and research. Repeating this cycle consistently for many years. It may sound simple, but it is precisely the persistent repetition of this schedule that has enabled Murakami to write his famous works, from Norwegian Wood to Kafka on the Shore. He does not wait for inspiration, nor does he let his time be distracted by external factors. He understands that if he does not control his time, time will control him. How can you apply this to your life? You don't need a rigid schedule like Murakami, but you do need a plan that is clear enough, yet flexible enough to align with your goals. If you want to write a book, dedicate at least 1 hour a day to writing. No interruptions, no social media, no distractions. If you want to improve your English speaking skills, spend 30 minutes every morning practicing pronunciation, listening to podcasts, or talking to yourself. And if you are building a career, make sure your time is not wasted on meaningless conversations or tasks that bring no real value. The most important thing is not how much time you have, but whether you are focused enough to use that time effectively. There is an interesting paradox. The most disciplined people are actually the freest. Because when you control how you use your time, you are no longer burdened by procrastination or the guilt of wasting time. In today's world, distractions come from everywhere. Phones, social media, news, meaningless conversations, or even the people around you. If you do not actively protect your focus, it will quickly be taken over by things that bring no value. Stoic philosophers have long emphasized that self-control is the key to achieving inner peace. You cannot control the world around you, but you can control how you respond to it. Ask yourself, if someone invites you for coffee when you have already planned to work, will you decline or accept? If your phone constantly buzzes with pointless notifications, will you keep checking it, or will you turn it off to focus? These small decisions, when repeated daily, create a huge difference between those who achieve their goals and those who only talk about them. What will you choose? The truth is, you can become anyone you want to be, but only if you are truly committed to that goal. You cannot expect extraordinary results while acting like an ordinary person. Success does not come from what you do once. It comes from what you do every day. Take a moment today to review your schedule. Are you using your time meaningfully? Or are you wasting it on things that add no value? Remember, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, but only those who truly know how to focus can turn it into achievement. So, if planning and focus are the building blocks of success, what will help you persist on that path? The answer is the process. Because success is not just about the final result, but also about how you approach each step of the journey. Let's explore this in Number 5. Process is key, not just results. In an era where everything can be measured income, reputation, achievements, we often forget that true value lies not in the destination, but in the journey itself. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said that before becoming someone, we must first define what we truly want, and then take action to turn it into reality. This reminds us that the journey matters more than the final outcome. Everyone desires success, a thriving career, a healthy body, a prosperous life. But how many people actually take the time to reflect on the process they are going through? If we only focus on results, we easily fall into disappointment when we don't achieve what we want immediately. Sustainable success never happens in a single moment. It is built over time through perseverance, failures, and the lessons learned from them. You may see a successful entrepreneur on the cover of a magazine, but you don't see the sleepless nights, the painful failures, or the moments of self-doubt. You may admire a great artist, but you don't witness the endless hours of practice, the rejections, or the creative blocks they had to overcome. We often only see the peak of the mountain without noticing the rugged path that led someone there. But if you truly love your own journey, you won't have to wait until you reach the top to feel happy. Every step, every effort holds its own value, and that is the power of Stoic thinking. One crucial truth that many people overlook: you are not successful because you achieve something, but because you have become the kind of person capable of achieving it. When you take time to train yourself, learn from failure, and stay committed to small goals, you are building essential qualities such as discipline, perseverance, and adaptability in the face of challenges. Think of a marathon runner. Reaching the finish line is important, but without months of training, the exhaustion, and the determination to keep going despite fatigue, they would never achieve their goal. Their muscles grow stronger every day. Their endurance improves with each practice session. Similarly, an entrepreneur starting from zero cannot just focus on the vision of a successful company. If they do not embrace the process of building a team, solving small problems, and learning from mistakes, they will not go far. This process not only leads to success, but also transforms them into someone capable of sustaining it. There is a simple but important truth. If you cannot find joy in the process, it will be difficult to maintain motivation long enough to achieve the desired outcome. The most successful people are not those who merely chase after goals, but those who truly love what they do every day. Think of a writer. If they only care about publishing a best-selling book, they will quickly become discouraged when facing difficulties. But if they love writing, if they enjoy the creative process, then sitting down to write each day will feel like a reward rather than a task. And that is what helps them go further than anyone else. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that peace does not come from achieving something, but from how we live each day. If you can wake up every morning and feel satisfied with what you are doing, you have already succeeded. True success is not a distant destination, but the small moments of progress that you take pride in each day. One of the biggest challenges in pursuing a long-term goal is the feeling of discouragement when results do not appear immediately. In an era where everything happens quickly, we easily lose patience when we have to wait. But Stoicism teaches that instead of trying to control the outcome, we should focus on what we can control: our own process and efforts. You cannot control whether others recognize your achievements, but you can control how you work each day. You cannot guarantee that all your efforts will bring immediate success, but you can ensure that you stay persistent and do not give up. When you learn to love the process, you also learn to manage your emotions. You are no longer controlled by expectations or comparisons with others. You understand that the most important thing is not where you stand compared to others, but where you are heading compared to who you were yesterday. Stoicism is not about giving up ambition, it is about directing it in the right way. When you prioritize the process over the outcome, you will find peace in your journey. When you work hard without needing external validation, you are building an unshakable inner strength. So, the next time you feel discouraged because you have not yet achieved what you want, ask yourself, am I enjoying this process? If the answer is yes, you are already more successful than many others. If the answer is no, perhaps it is time to change how you perceive your journey. Because results are merely milestones, but the process is what shapes you into the person you want to become. Number 6. Embrace solitude to strengthen your inner resolve. In today's noisy and chaotic life, there is a silent strength that few people recognize: solitude. But unlike the negative concept of loneliness that we often see in society, the solitude encouraged by Stoicism is not a state of lack or emptiness. Instead, it is a state of stillness where you can return to yourself, detached from the external noise, to nourish your inner strength. It is in this space of solitude that we not only find peace, but also restore our ability to focus on our goals and work. According to Stoic philosophy, the things we cannot control, such as the words of others, external factors, or distractions in life, should not affect our calmness and determination. The Stoics believed that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. A famous quote by Seneca that reminds us that worries and fears often stem from invisible thoughts in our minds, not from reality. To minimize the negative influences from the outside world, seeking and embracing solitude is not an act of escape, but a way to cultivate self-mastery. The solitude that the Stoics encourage is not a form of avoiding society or living completely separated from others. In fact, it is a method of rejuvenating mental energy to return to oneself, where you can face your thoughts, emotions, and goals without being influenced by external disturbances. It is in this quiet space that we can find our own path, free from the pressures and noise of the outside world. Imagine an artist, a writer, or a creator deeply immersed in their work. To achieve complete focus, they must find a quiet space, separated from everything around them. They might turn off their phones, avoid meaningless conversations, or even go to a deserted place to avoid interruptions. It is in this solitude, when they are not distracted by external factors, that they can reach the peak of creativity, producing artistic and profound works. So why can solitude bring strength? Because while the outside world constantly influences us, detaching from those influences helps us maintain inner peace. Each of us has our own goals and great aspirations that are not always easy to achieve. When we are caught up in the words and opinions of others or unnecessary information, we can easily become distracted and lose direction. However, when we find solitude, we create a space to focus on the most important things in life. Remember that the solitude the Stoics value is not just external stillness, but also a way to master our emotions and thoughts. It is an important lesson in maintaining mental clarity and strength. We cannot control everything that happens in life, but we can control how we respond to them. Solitude helps us do this because, in the quiet, we find the inner strength to face any challenges without being distracted by outside elements. In fact, not everyone can easily accept solitude. In modern society, where people are busy with work, family, and relationships, finding time for oneself seems like a luxury. However, it is this solitude that is the key to regenerating energy and maintaining focus on personal goals. There is no need to run away from society, but to embrace solitude is a way to understand ourselves better. Solitude allows us to reassess life, identify what matters most, and develop a strategy to achieve what we desire. Ask yourself, can you temporarily withdraw from the noise around you to make time for personal growth? Can you work hard in silence, without needing recognition or confirmation from others, simply because you believe in your own abilities and goals? That is the power of solitude. It is not about avoidance, but a means to regenerate energy and explore the depths within ourselves. In that quiet space, we will find inner strength, self-respect, and the perseverance to pursue our goals. When you work hard in silence, not only does your work improve, but you also become a stronger and more determined person. Solitude is not a bad thing. Sometimes, it is necessary for you to become the best version of yourself, to focus on what truly matters without being influenced by unnecessary external factors. Believe in the power of solitude and let it become the tool that helps you build self-respect and the ability to overcome any challenges in life. Finally, through the Stoic philosophy we have explored, you will realize that true strength comes from prioritizing yourself and continuously striving in silence. Success is not something that comes from boasting or external recognition, but is the result of consistency and unwavering dedication to personal goals and values. When you focus on what truly matters, maintain discipline, and work hard without expecting attention, this quiet action will generate a strong inner strength, helping you overcome any challenge. So, what do you think about maintaining focus on yourself and committing to your long-term goals? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below this video with the phrase, "Silence creates strength." If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next inspiring videos. Let's continue the journey of personal development and discover deeper values in the next videos. See you next time.